Hey TikTok, not sure if you can hear me, it's pretty wet and windy and blustery in the old forest. I wanted to do a video today just to drag myself out, and I actually drove here to get a coffee, and I got here and the coffee place was shut even though it wasn't meant to be, so I decided to make the most of it and just do a walk. So I've wrapped up and it's very cold here in England. It's lovely, autumnal, lovely colours, you know, I like that kind of stuff, but it's cold and it's a bit miserable. I suppose I wanted to do, just pause there as it got really windy. Yeah, I just wanted to do a little video. I'll probably finish the rest of this in the car, so if it's windy, you know, I'll probably jump back to the car, but I wanted to talk a little bit about stress, a little bit about things on your mind, stuff like that. Now, if for some reason my friend's watching this, don't worry, this isn't aimed at you, I'm not trying to give you some life advice, I'm talking about myself here, although I do hope you're doing well. I'm in a position in my life at the moment where I do feel a bit stressed. I feel that jitter in the stomach. I do sometimes overthink things, and sometimes I, for want of a better phrase, I just panic. I feel like I'm in a panicked state in everything that I'm doing. Okay, we're still on the marshy area, so it's very windy. I don't know if you can hear me, but I'm going to battle through it. And if you can't hear me, then you can just press the like button because you appreciate the fact I'm out here in the wind. Okay, so I've been feeling very stressed, very in a bad spot. And I think sometimes we have to, as hard as it is, to one, pull back and see where we are actually. I swear I'm not making this up, right? That's so weird. I am not like a ghosty spiritual person, but I'm walking along here, right? And my coat's making a funny noise as I'm walking. And it kind of sounds like talking. And then I pause and I'm like, nah, it definitely sounds like children playing. And there is horses on the other field and stuff, but it's just middle of nowhere, you know. And I swear on everything, I thought to myself, wow, it really does sound like children playing. And behind me is that swing. That is that is eerie. I actually wish I'd thought of that as an idea to spook people. Genuinely, I was just like, oh, yeah. Wow. Okay, we're back in the car. Just finished my 2 mile and managed to just avoid the heavy rain. It's going very dark now, so glad I got that done. I wanted to I suppose as I've been walking and I've had my phone in my pocket, I was thinking about where do I want to take this video. I suppose I just wanted to say that it might seem very, very obvious, and I find it very, very difficult to do. I don't always do it. Sometimes I wallow in an absolute pit of misery. Sometimes I manage to pull myself out for just a brief moment. I suppose now I've pulled myself out for a brief moment, and sometimes you have to think about a lot of the things you might be stressed about are things that maybe in the past you would have been pleased to even consider that in some future that they would be possibilities. Meaning, for myself, I can sit here and I can be really embarrassed about my life, and I can be really embarrassed about what stage I'm in. And I can wonder why I'm not doing more and this and that. Or I can say little things, you know, as stupid as it is. I could say, I've never been able to wear my hair down. I've always felt ridiculous. I've always felt strange, even though I like long hair, but now it doesn't bother me. I can say today, I absolutely would have never If I'd have driven to this coffee place and it had been shut, I'd have felt like it was some sort of personal attack on me. Like, why have they shut early? I'm in such a bad mood. I was looking forward to that coffee. Why is it not open? Another thing going wrong. But instead I drove up here and I thought, well, one, a year ago, 2 years ago, I wouldn't have even been able to drive up here. So what a nice problem to have. Number two, I wouldn't have even had the confidence to go in the coffee shop anyway. Even if I could have, done it, even a year ago, I wouldn't have had the confidence to do that. Now I'm totally fine with it. Well, I say totally fine with it. I can manage it sometimes, if the mood strikes. But you know what I mean? Like, I would never have been able to do it. Now sometimes I can. I would have got here and I would have thought, it's shut. I'm not going on this walk. I don't want to go on the walk. Number one, I know it's only 2 miles, but I wouldn't have had the motivation, the fitness to go. I wouldn't have had this clothing. I've been and driven and got this stuff myself, and that wouldn't have been possible many years ago. I've had a few situations recently where I suppose I've had to stand up for myself and things maybe haven't gone the way I planned. But I would have never been able to do that in the past. Even if I could stand up for myself, I wouldn't be able to communicate how I feel. I wouldn't have had the experience and maybe knowledge of how to handle situations, I mean, I had a conversation with somebody and basically I sort of said to them, all right, I understand, but I'm just letting you know this is how I feel. And that would have never been possible in the past. I would have freaked out, bent over backwards for them, not explain myself, and then got myself in a rut and been all quiet in my room and figured I should have said something. When I said that thing, their response was basically, you've made me feel a bit bad with the way you've responded. Now, if that had been my first encounter in that scenario, I would have thought, oh yeah, maybe that is bad. Maybe I've said something bad, with autism, overthinking and and maybe saying the wrong thing. But I realise now I've encountered this behaviour before, and they'll say something to get a reaction out of you. You'll react, and then they'll go, I didn't like that reaction. I'm now going to low-key punish you for that behaviour. I've had that with an ex. I've had that with friends that I've spoke to. And even family members. So, I understand how that works now. In the past, I would never have understood that because I'd have never raised my opinion because I felt like I had no self-worth. So what's the point of me raising my opinion when it really doesn't matter? I don't matter. Well, actually, I do matter. I do think I'm a nice person. I do try my best. And I do try to voice my opinions. So what I'm trying to say is, I'm in a very stressed period. I don't know why. I feel very jittery, very on edge, very like I just want to calm down, I just want to breathe. But I'm still managing to do a few things, whether it's just drive the car, go out for a walk, maybe make a few videos, whatever. I'm still trying my absolute best. And in the past, I wouldn't have done that. I would have beaten myself up for the things that I didn't do. And today, I suppose I'm just trying to remind you and myself that, like, sometimes you can't do everything. You can't do everything that's on your plate, in your mind, in the future. And sometimes it's okay just to take care of the here and now. And also remember where you've come from, So I'm not in a perfect spot. I'm not trying to give some, like, woke, generic life advice. But, sometimes the problems that we have, we wish we could have had those problems. Meaning, let's make an obvious example. Say you never thought you were going to have children or something. Then 5 years down the line, you're really, really stressed. You're overstimulated. The house is messy. The kids are everywhere. But just remember, like, you would have wished for this at one point. So, I hope you have a nice day, and maybe that's given you something to think about.